Germany reoccupied the demilitarized zone in the Rhineland in March 1936 in violation of the Versailles Treaty. Hitler also sent troops to Spain to support Francisco Franco during the Spanish Civil War, after receiving an appeal for help in July 1936. At the same time, Hitler continued his efforts to create an Anglo-German alliance. In August 1936, in response to a growing economic crisis caused by his rearmament efforts, Hitler ordered Göring to implement a 4-year plan to prepare Germany for war within the next 4 years. The plan envisaged an all-out struggle between Judeo-Bolshevism and German Nazism, which in Hitler's view required a committed effort of rearmament regardless of the economic costs. In October 1936, Count Galeazzo Ciano, foreign minister of Mussolini's government, visited Germany, where he signed a 9-point protocol as an expression of rapprochement and had a personal meeting with Hitler. On the 1st of November, Mussolini declared an axis between Germany and Italy. On the 25th of November, Germany signed the Anti-Comintern Pact with Japan. Britain, China, Italy, and Poland were also invited to join the Anti-Comintern Pact, but only Italy signed in 1937. Hitler abandoned his plan of an Anglo-German alliance, blaming inadequate British leadership. At a meeting in the Reich Chancellery with his foreign ministers and military chiefs that November, Hitler restated his intention of acquiring Lebensraum for the German people. He ordered preparations for war in the East to begin as early as 1938 and no later than 1943. In the event of his death, the conference minutes, recorded as the Hossbach Memorandum, were to be regarded as his political testament. He felt that a severe decline in living standards in Germany as a result of the economic crisis could only be stopped by military aggression aimed at seizing Austria and Czechoslovakia. Hitler urged quick action before Britain and France gained a permanent lead in the arms race. In early 1938, in the wake of the Blomberg-Fritsch affair, Hitler asserted control of the military foreign policy apparatus, dismissing Neurath as foreign minister and appointing himself as war minister. From early 1938 onwards, Hitler was carrying out a foreign policy ultimately aimed at war. In February 1938, on the advice of his newly appointed foreign minister, the strongly pro-Japanese Joachim von Ribbentrop, Hitler ended the Sino-German alliance with the Republic of China to instead enter into an alliance with the more modern and powerful Empire of Japan. Hitler announced German recognition of Manchukuo, the Japanese puppet state in Manchuria, and renounced German claims to their former colonies in the Pacific held by Japan. Hitler ordered an end to arms shipments to China and recalled all German officers working with the Chinese army. In retaliation, Chinese General Chiang Kai-shek canceled all Sino-German economic agreements, depriving the Germans of many Chinese raw materials. On the 12th of March 1938, Hitler announced the unification of Austria with Nazi Germany in the Anschluss. Hitler then turned his attention to the ethnic German population of the Sudetenland region of Czechoslovakia. On the 28th to 29th of March 1938, Hitler held a series of secret meetings in Berlin with Konrad Henlein of the Sudeten German Party, the largest of the ethnic German parties of the Sudetenland. The men agreed that Henlein would demand increased autonomy for Sudeten Germans from the Czechoslovakian government, thus providing a pretext for German military action against Czechoslovakia. In April 1938, Henlein told the foreign minister of Hungary that whatever the Czech government might offer, he would always raise still higher demands. He wanted to sabotage an understanding by any means, because this was the only method to blow up Czechoslovakia quickly. In private, Hitler considered the Sudeten issue unimportant. His real intention was a war of conquest against Czechoslovakia. In April, Hitler ordered the OKW to prepare for Fall Grün, Case Green, the code name for an invasion of Czechoslovakia. As a result of intense French and British diplomatic pressure, on the 5th of September, Czechoslovakian President Edvard Beneš unveiled the fourth plan for constitutional reorganization of his country, which agreed to most of Henlein's demands for Sudeten autonomy. Henlein's party responded to Beneš's offer by instigating a series of violent clashes with the Czechoslovakian police that led to the declaration of martial law in certain Sudeten districts. Germany was dependent on imported oil, A confrontation with Britain over the Czechoslovakian dispute could curtail Germany's oil supplies. This forced Hitler to call off Fall Grün, originally planned for 1 October 1938. On the 29th of September, Hitler, Neville Chamberlain, Édouard Daladier, and Mussolini attended a one-day conference in Munich that led to the Munich Agreement, which handed over the Sudetenland districts to Germany. Chamberlain was satisfied with the Munich Conference, calling the outcome "peace for our time," while Hitler was angered about the missed opportunity for war in 1938. He expressed his disappointment in a speech on 9th of October in Saarbrücken. In Hitler's view, the British brokered peace, although favorable to the ostensible German demands, was a diplomatic defeat which spurred his intent of limiting British power to pave the way for the eastern expansion of Germany. As a result of the summit, Hitler was selected Time magazine's Man of the Year for 1938. In late 1938 and early 1939, the continuing economic crisis caused by rearmament forced Hitler to make major defense cuts. In his Export or Die speech of 30th of January 1939, he called for an economic offensive to increase German foreign exchange holdings to pay for raw materials such as high-grade iron needed for military weapons. On the 14th of March 1939, under threat from Hungary, Slovakia declared independence and received protection from Germany. The next day, in violation of the Munich Agreement and possibly as a result of the deepening economic crisis requiring additional assets, Hitler ordered the Wehrmacht to invade the Czech rump state, and from Prague Castle he proclaimed the territory a German protectorate.